Mono Red is popular in Standard right now for two reasons. One, it's got a 65+% win rate, and two, games take about 3.5 minutes on average, which means you can get a lot of games in and you can climb very quickly. But if you are going to take this deck into the ladder right now, you have to be aware of what's going on and how to pilot it if you're really going to get the most value out of it. Today's build we're piloting includes creatures that either are hasty, such as Monastery Swiftspear and Phoenix Chick, or deal damage directly to our opponent's face in the form of Kumano faces Kakkazan and Voldaren Epicure. We've got Burn in the form of End the Festivities, Play with Fire and Lightning Strike, and a bit of extra reach in the form of Reckless Impulse, Squee, Dubious Monarch, and Chandra Dressed to Kill. Finally, the most important card in this deck for Mechanized Warfare, it amplifies all our damage, and if our opponent can't deal with it straight away, it usually leads to good stuff. Well, good stuff for us. So that's the deck. Will we be burning through the competition, or will the deck just prove too hot to handle? Let's get into the games. Alright, we are in a rank reset. We are currently gold 3. We'll see how fast we can climb today. This is quite a fast opener. We do also go first, so we're going to keep. Couple of interesting lines. I'm going to actually go with Kumano faces Kakkazan on 1. So that on turn 2 I can play both the Monastery Swiftspear and the Phoenix Chick. Looks like it is the mirror. So we've got a couple of interesting decisions here. You can either play the Monastery Swiftspear first and the Phoenix Chick, or the Phoenix Chick to get +1/+1 and then the Monastery Swiftspear. I think I want the +1/+1 counter to go on the Phoenix Chick because it's unblock. Well, they're not going to be able to block it if it's the mirror. So there's Sokenzan. There's Monastery Swiftspear. Going to attack for 3. Put our opponent down to 16. If they play with fire, the Monastery Swiftspear, that's okay. Opponent realizing they're going to have to do some things. It's fine by me. We've got a couple of options here. We'll probably play out the Voldaren Epicure. Play the blood token. We'll swing in for 5. We'll put our opponent down to 10. I want to hold on to these two End the Festivities, because if they hold back a Kumano faces Kakkazan, or they try and hold back a blocker, I can keep hold of both End the Festivities. Yep. Let's see. 3, 5, 7, 8. I go down to 8. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. No blocks. My turn. Another land, End the Festivities. End the Festivities. And that is exactly lethal. There we go. Nice and quick, and I won because I went first. That's the reality of this deck sometimes. Going first again, we only play 2 Mishra's Foundry, so the fact we found both of them is not ideal. We'll keep this. There is an argument that because there's 2 Mishra's Foundry, you actually throw this back. And I don't hate that idea. Although if we do find a second mountain, we are in good stead. We don't. However, that is a swamp. Perfect. And they don't have cut down either. They could have go for the throat. I don't know what they've got. But yeah, we'll play this Mechanized Warfare now. Yeah, that's okay. Next turn, I can play the... Well, it depends entirely on what we get, but we can play a second Mechanized Warfare. Yeah, there we go. Play the Voldaren Epicure. That's 3 damage. So this looks like that Rakdos mid-range deck that I've seen do the rounds. It's quite powerful, but hopefully with our 3 Voldaren Epicures and double Mechanized Warfare, we can do something here. Yeah, no blocks. Shieldred would be unfortunate. Second Fable, okay. Another land, not ideal. Going to play this Voldaren Epicure. Gonna play this Voldaren Epicure. I'm going to make this Mishra's Foundry. What can our opponent do here? They can only block one of these. If they block the Mishra's Foundry, they go to 5. They might have to use their go for the throat as well. This is... Yeah, you had it. So our opponent's on 8. We could really do with some burn. The fact we haven't found a single burn spell is kind of sad. We run 12 of them. No blocks. We'll go to 16. We've gone through 13 cards in our deck. There's Shieldred. There's Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike can destroy the Shieldred, although we can also try and find a play with fire. We can also play the mountain, activate second Mishra's Foundry. Do I have enough? Yeah, I should. Okay. Kind of reliant on my opponent not having any more removal, but this works. Opponent down to 4, Lightning Strike. There we go. Had to think about that one. Had to think about that one. I very nearly punted that, but yeah. Lethal is lethal. Okay, opponent's going first, but this is a really good hand. I'm going to keep this. Kumano into Phoenix Chick is just great. There's End the Festivities as well. Okay. We're going to put our opponent on 17 on turn 2. Ambitious Farmhand. They usually have Ambitious Farmhand. Destroy Evil. You're going to wish you kept that one, but okay. I would not play the Destroy Evil unless I had a second one. It's not ideal, but I think I do just Lightning Strike this. I don't really want my opponent drawing cards. There's the Ambitious Farmhand. That I was expecting. Cool. Yeah, Mechanized Warfare. End the Festivities. Nice land off the top. I don't really want my opponent to get that Coven ability anytime soon. Opponent down to 13. Sarah Paragon. Chandra.
Oh, I've never crashed a wedding like this before.
We'll go down to 11. I could just swing with Phoenix Chick here and see if the Sarah Paragon just lets it through. They should block here. Okay, cool. They're down to 9. End the turn. Cool. Okay. Resolve that. They're going to attack Chandra. They are. Okay, so we are going to have multiple cards to look at. Mishra's Foundry is not going to do it for us, so we're going to stick that to the bottom. 6. Yeah, that's lethal.
Give a toast? I'd love to.
Yeah, that Mishra's Foundry is not going to do much for us, but if you can get Chandra and Mechanized Warfare out at the same time, it's amazing. A lot of decks I've seen play only one copy of Chandra, and I think that's a mistake given the super low curve this deck has naturally. Lots of 1-drops and 2-drops. I think 2 Chandras is just straight up correct. But that's what I mean by eking out every point of damage with this deck. It's super important because Otherwise, you will lose. Going first, it's unpopular opinion. I don't think this is that great a hand. Yes, we have Monastery Swiftspear and Play with Fire, but the 2 Reckless Impulses don't actually guarantee anything. We'll keep it, but I'm not happy with it, which I know is an unpopular opinion, but I don't think this hand's that great. We'll see. Another land. Okay, we are going to Reckless Impulse here. That's very good. Down to 17. See what they want to do. Turn 2. Looks like we are up against Rakdos. There's another land. We're going to play out the Voldaren Epicure in that case. Play out the Phoenix Chick. Play out the Play with Fire. Another land goes to the bottom. Stick our opponent on 11, but this is not looking great. Okay, Kumano faces Kakkazan. Or know my options first. Okay, I'm going to play the Mishra. I can't play both the Mishra's Foundry and the Monastery Swiftspear. Unfortunate. We'll play the Monastery Swiftspear first. Kumano faces Kakkazan. Attack, put our opponent down to 8. Now the good news is that we have a blood token. There's Shieldred, okay. I will happily take some. I'm gonna pop the blood token. Wow. Let's see. That Brotherhood's End was really brutal. Thinking how I can win. We'll play the Mechanized Warfare. Can I bluff? Do I want to bluff? I don't want to bluff. Like, there's an argument that I attack for 3. Shieldred should be blocking there. Oh my days. Oh. I mean, the Sokenzan stuff doesn't have haste, does it? No. Oh no, they do. But they're colorless, so... Let's try and just squeak some damage through. Go for the throat, yeah, sure. If they let this through, I'll be very surprised. Okay, I'll play the land, end the turn. 6. Duress. Enjoy knowing that I have Sokenzan. Blood Tithe Harvester, no problem. Yeah. Welcome to Magic the Gathering. Sometimes you do just end up with hands like that, and there's nothing you can do but smile and move on with your life. Opponent goes first. We'll keep this. It's a good opener. We've got Monastery Swiftspear, we've got Lightning Stroke, we've got Mechanized Warfare. Get in whilst we can. Next turn, we've got Voldaren Epicure and Phoenix Chick. Looks like we're up against Grixis. Just get all the good stuff down. Down to 16. We do just run out this Mechanized Warfare. If they have a counter for it, they have a counter for it. Usually it's a Brotherhood's End though on turn 3. They don't. Okay. They have a Braid. Alright. Looking good. Opponent's on 12. Shieldred would just be rude. Let's think about this. 4, 7, 9, 11. Put them on 9, 7, 5. I'll go to 1. Then back up to 3. Yeah, we'll keep the mountain. Down to 5. And then now that I've got 2 blood tokens, I can start cycling through things. I could have just lightning striked the face to go down to 1, but then my opponent draws a card and goes up to 3. If they have something like Invoke Despair, for example, which is very real. There's Blood Tithe Harvester. It's a very real possibility. Then we don't get it done. Reckless Impulse, see what we get. Kumano faces Kakkazan. Our opponent on 1 once again. We can't attack with Voldaren Epicure there because they just crew up the... Rakdos Bankbuster with the Blood Tithe Harvester. So we lose the Epicure. Kaito! Doesn't have flying. You know that, right? Sure. Like, I make a 2-3. Everything attacks, but Kaito then... But he can't crew up the Bankbuster. Sure, I'll play this out. They have to block the Voldaren Epicure. They have to block Monastery Swiftspear, sorry. So they'll go up to... Yeah, they die, is what happens. So the reason why they die is because if you read the bottom ability, it's when this creature leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So my opponent actually goes to -1 and then the trigger goes on the stack. But because of the way state-based effects work, it's not lifelink. So it's not instantaneous. So my opponent goes to -1 before they have a chance to gain the life back. And they should have +1'd the Phoenix Chick and left the Blood Tithe Harvester back, is how I would have done it. Alright, next game. Going first, this is a really good hand if we can get our 3rd land drop, so we're going to keep it. Kumano faces Kakkazan, comes down, opponent goes to 19. Plaza of Heroes. Hello. We'll play down another Kumano faces Kakkazan. Attack. Opponent goes to 16. I'm going to mute because they're going to annoy me, I can tell. Anytime someone says hello, I'll say hello back and then just go, I'm good. That's what End the Festivities is for. Down to 11. We could really do with the Mechanized Warfare here. Well, the land for the Mechanized Warfare is what I mean. But my opponent's on 11. We've got Kumano faces Kakkazan down next turn. I can Reckless Impulse to try and find the 3rd mountain. We've got a couple of options. Depends entirely on what my opponent does. Brutal Cathar is unironically good. Excellent. We will play down the Mishra's Foundry, Mechanized Warfare. We'll attack with everything. You didn't want to do that, opponent. Myrel. Phoenix Chick has haste, by the way. Cathar Commando. Cathar Commando actually would be really good for them. Just trying to think how they get out of this. Skystrike Officers are 2-3, but End the Festivities deals 2 to everything. And I get my Phoenix Chick back. What helps them here? Thalia? Valiant Veteran, sure. End the Festivities still blows you out. Yeah, sorry, opponent. Not how this works. To be fair to my opponent, they played to their outs. And Mono Red and Sodiers are 2 of the most popular decks in the format right now. And in my opinion, Mono Red wins 70% of the time. Opponent going first, awful hand mulligan. Oh my days. I don't know how we win this. We don't. It could happen to you. I hope it doesn't, but it could happen to you. Back-to-back one-landers into... Yeah, I don't know how we win this. I might actually legit have to sack a blood token here. Mulliganing to 5. The 7 from the 5 is good, but that's the reality of this deck. Going first, this is a good hand. We'll keep it. Turn 1 Kumano into turn 2 double Phoenix Chick is always a nice start. We'll put our opponent down to 16 on before their turn 2. Because we have Reckless Impulse, and because of the nature of this deck, if it's blue, it could be blue-white soldiers. But yeah, this is where I'm going to do it. 16. Hope our opponent doesn't have Thalia. Could just be blue-white control. Let's see what they want to do about this Reckless Impulse. Mechanized Warfare. Another Kumano faces Kakkazan. We want to pump out the extra damage. What could they possibly be? Yeah, I was wondering what they were doing and what they were waiting for. I think this is Azorius Reanimator, or that, you know, Repair and Recharge. It's either Azorius or Jeskai, right? Oh, it's blue-white heroic. It is blue-white heroic. So yeah, Mechanized Warfare comes down. They're not winning that one. Going first, this is a marginal one. I mean, double play with fire, double Voldaren Epicure. This is the downside to this build, is that we do play a lot of Voldaren Epicures, and they're not really great on their own, but they're great when paired with other things. So I'm gonna mulligan this down to 6, down to 5. This is as good as it gets. For 5. We have had some awful luck today. Like, mulliganing to 5 multiple games. One's not even going to make the recording already. One's not, I'm telling you, one's not even going to make the recording because absolutely nothing happens. Yeah, this is Gruul modified. Like, how do I win? There's Thundering Raiju. Yeah, sure. Down to 11. Monastery Swiftspear. If Monastery Swiftspear and then I play with Fire the Thundering Raiju, like, even then, if they have a second Monastery second Thundering Raiju, I'm just dead. But whereas if I go play with Fire 3 to the face, I'm just dead to another haste guy, right? So it's not ideal. That is a very interesting decision tree. I'm not 100% convinced what I did was correct. Like, alternatively, I put my opponent on 6. Thundering Raiju reads X is the number of modified creatures other than Thundering Raiju, so it attacks for 1, 2, puts a counter on. Yeah, I'm dead if I don't do the play with fire. Bolt charge, sure. Gonna get hit for 6 here. Not 6, 9. Yeah. Ridiculous. It's hard to feel sympathy for myself, though. It's hard to have empathy in this situation, because I am playing mono red, but yeah. It is what it is. Going first, yeah, we'll keep this. The only problem is the Mishra's Foundry in our opener. Okay, opponent is mulliganing, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Mountain off the top makes this very good. Oh, would you look at that? Monastery Swiftspear. How much do we think I need this play with fire? I'm going to attack here. 17. I want to be able to react to what my opponent's doing. I'm a scrap Roger. Cool. Yeah, my turn. Mechanized Warfare. Attacking for 7 here. Down to 10. Next turn I can play End the Festivities and play with fire. By the way, if they play Shieldred, Archfiend of the Dross. Land. End Festivities, play with fire. Yeah, okay. They have to block the Monastery Swiftspear here. There we go. After those multiple mulligans to 5, I think I earned that one. Going first. This is not a good hand, so a mulligan. This is better. We can send one of the mountains back, which sounds strange, but I genuinely think that's the right play. We'll keep 6. Right, face Kakkazan. Next turn will be in for 3. It's Mechanized Warfare. Okay. We draw a land off the top, any land. We can play Mechanized Warfare. If we don't, we can play Lightning Strike. There's Phoenix Chick. I will just Lightning Strike the Bloodtide Harvester now. Bosh. What are you going to do now, opponent? Fireblade. Yeah, we will play the Mechanized Warfare. Let's think. So, whatever my opponent blocks, if they block etching, the etching dies. However, they will go to 3, 5, 7, they'll go to 2. Whereas if they block the Monastery Swiftspear, everything survives. They can Brotherhood's End, everything. Basically, the only... I don't know what's in their hand, that's the thing. I don't know what their deck is. Like, I thought it was Rakdos Midrange, but that Rockfall Veil tells me it might be some Jund nonsense. It's hard to tell. Ah, my opponent was on Salty Rope deck. Who knew?